Hello everyone, this is Pooka and welcome to my first video with the brand new Pokemon TCG set Primal Clash. We have all sorts of fun cards to work with, so you can be expecting a lot more videos from me in the coming weeks. But for right now, we're going to focus on one of my favorite cards from the new set, and that is Mega Gardevoir EX. So this set brought us a lot of kind of cool Mega and Primal cards, which are basically just Mega Evolutions. Don't tell anyone, but it's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, Mega Gardevoir is one of my favorites because it has a lot of synergy with a deck that I already enjoyed, which is an Aromatisse deck. So Mega Gardevoir EX has 210 HP, which is pretty low for a Mega Pokemon. It's unfortunate. I wish it had just 10 more. That would make it a little bit better, but 210 is what we have to work with. Of course, you lose your turn when you Mega Evolve, but we have the handy-dandy Gardevoir Spirit Link, which allows us to Mega Evolve without losing a turn. So that makes Mega Gardevoir much more playable, and the attack is Brilliant Arrow. It's kind of expensive at 3 energy, but it packs a wallop as long as you have enough energy. 30 times the amount of fairy energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So that's 30 for every single fairy energy you have in play. And that is pretty darn good if you ask me. That means if you have 6 fairy energy in play, you're doing 180 damage. And if you get, let's say we get 8 energy in play, we can even knock out a Primal, Kyogre, or Groudon EX in one hit if you have 8 energy in play. Of course, it's not easy to get 8 energy in play, but it is certainly doable. So this deck is going to rely on charging up Mega Gardevoir and using Brilliant Arrow. So how are we going to do this? First of all, we're going to rely a lot on Xerneas. It has the Geomancy attack. Gets you pick 2 of your bench Pokemon, and then you take a fairy energy out of your deck and attach 1 to each of those bench Pokemon. So basically you get +2 energy every time you use Geomancy. So this is our energy acceleration for the deck. Get a bunch of energy in play. Most of our opening turns will be trying to use Geomancy. That's pretty much what we want to do for turns 1 through 3 if we can do that. Just load up on energy. That is going to be the goal. So we have 3 Xerneas. I could see playing 4 because you want to start with it, but I don't know. I'm going to settle on 3 for right now because it does become kind of a dead card as the game progresses. It's not as good later on in the game, but early on it is incredible for Geomancy. Now, the second way we're going to take advantage of Mega Gardevoir EX is Aromatisse. This is a strategy that just is the same as long as Aromatisse and Max Potion are around. It's going to be a pretty powerful one. Fairy Transfer allows you to move your fairy energy around. So after we get them into play with Geomancy, we can move them around however we like with Fairy Transfer. After Mega Gardevoir EX takes a hit, it'll probably survive. It's got 210 HP. We can then Max Potion, move the energy away first, Max Potion heal all the damage off, and then move the energy back with Fairy Transfer and continue to use Brilliant Arrow. Once you get this ball rolling, you can really plow through pretty much any Pokemon and just start taking prize after prize after prize, and it is extremely powerful. One might say brilliant even. Okay, so we have a 3-2 line of Mega Gardevoir EX. I don't really envision us getting more than 2 out in a game, so we're just going to play 2. The regular Gardevoir EX is okay, just 20 for 1, and then it heals 20 if you did 20 damage. It would heal 40 if you hit something for weakness, like a dragon Pokemon. And then Shining Wind, 100 for 3. That's a solid attack. It's not overwhelmingly good, but 100 for 3 is decent. And then you don't have weakness in your following turn. So during your opponent's next turn, you don't have a weakness. Okay? So this could be useful against a metal deck, where this deck is almost exclusively weak to metal. You could take away your metal weakness, but Dialga EX with the Muscle Band knocks you out anyway, so that's probably not going to work. So since we don't have any clear way to deal with metal Pokemon, I'm actually also going to be running a line of Mega Kangaskhan. Why not, 230 HP, colorless Pokemon, has a different weakness, and of course has Wham Bam Punch, one of my favorite attacks. You flip to get tails does 30 plus 100, 100 plus 30 for each heads you happen to flip. You can flip all sorts of ridiculous amounts with this attack. But the idea is just to give you a different weakness in case your opponent is running a metal deck. Seems to make sense to me. Just another big, bulky Pokemon. I also enjoy having Kangaskhan EX in the deck for triple draw. It seems silly, but I've used triple draw quite a bit. It refills your hand. It's pretty nice. Okay, so those are the Pokemon we have in the deck. Otherwise, it's going to be very similar to an Aromatisse deck that I've featured on this channel several times. We do have the 4 Fairy Garden. I believe this is crucial to the deck. Fairy Garden, any Pokemon that has a Fairy energy attached has free retreat. Sorry, has no retreat cost. That's very important for maneuvering between your Pokemon because most of them do have high retreats, right? Xerneas has a 2 retreat, Aromatisse 2 retreat, Mega Gardevoir and regular Gardevoir 2 retreat, Mega Kangaskhan and regular Kangaskhan 3 retreat. So you need a Fairy Garden at all times. You play 4. It's that simple. Okay. I also enjoy playing for Pokemon Fan Club. This deck is a lot better when you get your basics out quickly. Play 4 Fan Club. Hope to draw one on the first turn. Get those Pokemon out immediately, because most of the time you do need multiple basics. You do need, maybe a couple Spritzy, you need a Xerneas and a Gardevoir. Most of the time you need 2 or even 3 basics in Pokemon Fan Club, even though it would be a lot better if it got 3 basics. 2 does the job. Other supporters, we have 4 Professor Juniper, 4 N. We have those 2 Lysander. You never know when you need to bring out something. 1 Colress, and then the new addition to this deck, 1 Teammates. So you can only play this card if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn. But if that does happen, you get to search for up to 2 cards, any 2 cards. It's like a double computer search, and put those 2 cards into your hand. Now that is extremely powerful. It's very situational. We're only going to run 1, but since we do also have access to VS Seeker, this could pop up at any time, and we could also Dowsing Machine for it as well if need be. Can get back any trainer card. Teammates is an incredible card. I think we'll see it in just about every deck. It's just really, really good. Getting two of any card, we can get, if you play Teammates and you say, oh, I really could use a Spirit Link and a Mega Gardevoir, well, you just grab both. I need a Fairy Garden and a Max Potion, grab them both. Don't need to rely on chance, don't need to rely on drawing 7 random cards with Professor Juniper. Search for whatever 2 that you want. That's really good. Okay. Of course, we have the 3 Max Potion. That's kind of the point of this deck. We have 2 Ultra Ball along with 1 Evo Soda. Just ways to search out your Pokemon. There's a lot of evolutions, so Evo Soda, pretty solid in here. 1 Startling Megaphone mainly for Gardevoir. We want to get our abilities back against that. And then 12 Fairy Energy. We do need a lot of Fairy Energy to power up Brilliant Arrow. Makes sense. You could do the new Wonder Energy as well, but I don't like the fact that it's a special energy. It can be removed by Enhanced Hammer. We don't want to see that. And also, you cannot attach it to Kangaskhan. So I'm going to stick with just the regular Fairy Energy for now. Maybe the Wonder Energy is good, but just going to stick with those for now. One card you might want to try out in here is something like a Lysander's Trump card, or an Energy Retrieval, something to regain energy, since this deck does rely a lot on having a bunch of energy in play, and if you run out, you just kind of run out of steam, and, well, that's not good. But, hey, let's see how the deck functions on Pokemon TCG Online, and see if we can get a good game in here. Looks like we're going to open up with that Spritzy, and against a Suicune. So this should be interesting. I have an Ultra Ball. Certainly going to play that to grab a Pokemon here. I'm going to discard the Juniper. And it's between an N or the Fairy Energy. If I discard an N, I'm going to also play an N. So it'll be 3 supporters in the discard pile on the first turn. Discarding energy is a little painful. I don't like doing that. But I think I can get away with discarding a single energy. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a Xerneas just so we can start to use Geomancy on the next turn. It seems like that should be top priority, using Geomancy, getting a bunch of energy in play. So I'm just going to grab that, put the energy onto the Xerneas, and we will pass the turn after that. Now my opponent is playing an Ultra Ball for a Kyogre EX. That's a big bad Pokemon there. And just going to attach and pass. Now I'm stuck here with a pretty awkward hand. I don't know if my opponent has a supporter or not. But I can't really afford to Juniper away all that stuff. So I'm going to play an N. And then we'll go ahead and Evo Soda into the Aromatisse. Go with the Retreat. And Fairy Transfer, doesn't really matter, but I don't want to put all the energy on Aromatisse just in case it happens to get knocked out. And then we'll Geomancy, only get one extra energy in play. I drew a pretty poor hand off of this second N. Could really use a Pokemon fan club or something like that sometime soon. Okay. So here we see a Skyla from my opponent. This could lead to the Primal Kyogre EX, right? I assume that would be the goal of my opponent's deck here. We see a Skyla for a Computer Search, so there we go. Looks like he may have used maybe a couple Ultra Balls or prized or something, or maybe he's Computer Searching for the Spirit Link, or there could be all sorts of scenarios here. Skyla for Computer Search. We'll have to see what comes out here. There's a Water Energy, and yep, there is the Primal Kyogre EX. That is a big, mean-looking Pokemon. 240 HP, does 150 in the 32, and he benched EXs. So this thing is downright mean. And I'm going to go ahead with the triple draw. Thankfully, I drew the Kangaskhan. He's bailing me out, folks. Kangaskhan, triple draw, drawing me 3 new cards, which I desperately needed. Now I see an escape rope here. That's pretty annoying. That means not only will Primal Kyogre become active, but something on my bench is getting knocked out if my opponent gets 2 energy because of that alpha growth. It's an ancient trait, I guess that's what you call it. And there's the Tidal Storm. Ouch! Goodbye, Xerneas. But fortunately for me, Suicune's Safeguard prevents those 2 water energy from going to the Suicune. And strange as it is, the way Pokemon works, you have to move the 2 energy back, but there is no valid target to move the energy. So you move the energy to Suicune, and Safeguard says, nope, you can't do that. So they just get discarded. It seems kind of weird, but that's actually how it works. All right, well, I'm going to Lysander out the Suicune, try to buy some time here, and once again we're going to triple draw for our turn there, and okay, it's much better. Finally, we got a Juniper, we got a Gardevoir, we got the Spirit Link to work with. So if we can just hang on for a little bit here, this could be okay if we eventually get all of our stuff into play. That's going to be the goal. I decided to move all my energy to the active Kangaskhan in case of another escape rope. Don't want Aromatisse to get knocked out, and then I lose my energy that would be attached to the Aromatisse. So that's why all the energy got moved up there. Okay, so we saw an energy retrieval, 2 energy on to the Primal Kyogre, but the Lysander is going to buy me a turn of no attacks, so that's really good for me. Okay, so here I finally get a Gardevoir EX into play, and this is kind of a weird situation right here. I would love to Ultra Ball and grab Xerneas and Geomancy, but I don't know what to discard with my Ultra Ball. I could discard Fairy Guard, and that would be an easy discard. But then what do I discard as my other card? Max Potion, Fairy Energy. I don't like those options. I've already discarded 1 Fairy Energy. I've lost another on my Xerneas, so those energy are extremely precious. I'm not going to discard my Juniper. That seems kind of silly. It's my only supporter. So instead, I am just going to triple draw. And that's the 3rd time I've used triple draw, I think. So I mentioned how much I do love the Kangaskhan in this deck, and that's kind of a hidden benefit of a good old Kangaskhan EX. Getting some triple draw action in. Just for 1 energy, turns into 3 cards. You never know when that can come in handy. Normally that would be, really, really bad, to have to waste an attack like that, but it has a lot of HP, and we play Max Potion, so it seems to be okay. Alright, so now I can Mega Evolve here. Don't listen to that guy who says my turn will end. I have a Spirit Link on my Mega Gardevoir, so I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Ball, and now I can grab a Xerneas. Now we can go ahead and grab that and start using the good old Geomancy. Getting fancy with the Geomancy, and okay, got a decent end there. Got another Spritzy we can put down, and I'm going to Fairy Transfer, move an energy over to the Mega Gardevoir. That's going to be my Pokemon of choice from here on out. And then we'll go ahead and Geomancy. Get, looks like the last 2 energy that were in my deck. But if you'll see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energy on the bench, 1 on the active. So that's it's a lot of energy. That one Lysander bought us a lot of time bringing up the Suicune. And now with that Geomancy, we are ready to roll, folks. Even if this active gets knocked out, that means 7 energy left in play. We can attach an 8th and do the math on that. 30 times 8 equals knocked out Primal Kyogre EX. So we're looking pretty decent after a very shaky start. A quick Primal Kyogre assault, but here comes another Tidal Storm. That's 150 to knock out the active Xerneas. And 30 to both of my benched EXs. That's not very nice, sir. That's not very cool at all. But here we go. Got the Mega Gardevoir up. Got another energy. I would love to Mega Evolve right there, but that would end my turn, and that would not be good. So I am going to just Colress for 7 and Brilliant Arrow for 240 damage. It was a slow build-up, folks, but it is certainly worth it. Oh my goodness, 240, knocking out the Primal Kyogre EX in a single hit. Wow, that's pretty powerful. So now we seem to be in a pretty good position. Got 2 Aromatisse out, so if one goes down, we can still move energy around. We got lots of energy in play. We got the Mega Gardevoir. We have a Kangaskhan in case we need to triple draw again. Things are looking good. We do have Suicune coming up, though, with an Aurora Beam. That's not good for me, because Suicune has Safeguard, and currently I have no good attacking options against the Safeguard Pokemon here. I'm going to go with I'm going to Juniper this turn, so first I'm going to Fairy Transfer away the energy, Max Potion away the 100 damage, and then we can Juniper for 7 cards here. Get a fresh 7. Got a Fairy Garden, so we can definitely retreat in this situation. I have a Startling Megaphone. We can play that just to discard the Float Stone on the Keldeo. And at this point, you got to wonder what the game plan is going to be. Even if I get a regular Xerneas and Rainbow Spear for the knock-on on Suicune, that's not a good option because that puts a lot of my energy in harm's way. So the way I'm going to try to win at this point is just Lysander EXs until I win. Seems reasonable. So I'm going to go with the retreat into the Kangaskhan EX. We're going to Mega Evolve. This seems like a good turn to get that Mega Evolution up. I wasn't really going to do anything besides triple draw. I couldn't really damage. I'm not going to Fairy Wind with an Aromatisse. That's just silly. For 60 damage, why would you do that? Risk 3 energy like that? That's just silly. And we're just going to wait, because next turn I can certainly Dowsing Machine for the Lysander and bring up Primal Kyogre EX and Brilliant Arrow. Seems reasonable to me. My opponent's probably going to be content to just sit with the Safeguard Pokemon up here and Aurora Beam, since I don't really have a threat right now that can deal with it, but it's going to take forever for Suicune to knock me out, so I already have 30 on me. I'm going to take 90 from an Aurora Beam, and I could take another 90 from an Aurora Beam, let's put it that way. That's how much HP Mega Kangaskhan has. So here we go with the Dowsing Machine. Going to grab Lysander, bring out the Primal Kyogre EX, and once again, as if one time wasn't enough, we are going to Brilliant Arrow for 270 damage. Oh my goodness, the carnage. Oh, don't look Cover your eyes. 270 damage. Oh, man, and there's no drawback on that either. That was just a straight up 270. Don't have to discard anything. No drawbacks, just keep on trucking. So we do see an N down to 2 cards here, kind of annoying. Took away my VS Seeker for Lysander. But I got a Juniper, so that's fine with me too. And yeah, this is just going to be another turn where I sit back and wait. Maybe I actually should not have Mega Evolved into Mega Kangaskhan. That way I could have left myself with a triple draw option. Something to think about. But for now, you know, I have 120 HP left. Don't think I'm in any danger of being knocked out. So I'm just going to use the Fairy Garden to free retreat into the regular Gardevoir EX that I just played down. And then I'll pass. I mean, I have VS Seeker. We can go ahead and just, you know, just kind of wait. And then next turn, if I don't get End again, I can VS Seeker, or bring up an EX and win the game. And brilliant arrow my way to victory. So we see a Masquerain coming out that has the tool retrieval ability. Can't remember what it's called, but it can bring tools back. But there we just see an Aurora Beam, which means we can retreat into the Mega Gardevoir EX once again. Grab Lysander and bring out that Kyogre EX. Poor Kyogre EX is just getting picked on all game here. Primal Kyogre goes down twice, and the final brilliant arrow. There are no arrows at all in that animation, but 270 damage is the bottom line. And pretty much 3 attacks, 3 EXs go down, and that is that. That shows off how strong Mega Gardevoir can be. Now the question is, do you always have enough time to get enough energy in play? That is yet to be seen. I guess we'll have to see in this metagame. Is it going to work? Do you have that time? Is Max Potion enough? Let's see what we got. Now my mystery box, and it's a Super Potion. Can I just have a box instead? No, I'm happy we got a mystery box, but Super Potion I could have kind of done without. But yeah, I'm interested to see how the format is going to shape up with these new big Megas and Primals and Ancient Traits and Aces in the Hole and Hidden Ball Tricks and what. Who knows what this set will bring. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll certainly have some more for you soon. I am Pooka from the Top Cut, and I'll see you guys next time.